there, it's Rachel, and I'm excited to have Kai with me for training today. So he and I are going to work on off and meeting new people that doesn't involve jumping today. Now I see that you sent the training whistle with us, so thank you for that. Now I haven't used a training whistle before, so I'm going to go home tonight and kind of look up how that's supposed to be used for him. But the off and meeting new people is something that we can work on without the whistle today. So with off, it's kind of hard for me to show you in a video because I don't want to encourage Kai to jump up on me. That would be really confusing to him. First of all, it would be bad if I was encouraging him to jump. Second of all, if he did what I was asking him and then I corrected him, that would be really confusing to him because he was only doing what I told him to. So it's not a punishment, we say it's a correction because we're not smacking him or anything like that. We're just discouraging it and telling him not to do that. So what I like to do is you have one command for off. And a lot of times people use down. We usually use off here because down means lie down, but it's up to you if you use a different command for him for lie down. So we'll be using off. Now it's really important that you're consistent with him, and every time he jumps up, whether it's on you or if he puts his feet up on the couch or the counter or anything that he's not supposed to be up on, it's all off. Now, if he's jumping up, what you want to do is you want to kind of shield your body from him. And so a lot of times when dogs jump, we go like this. And since he is a bigger dog, he can come up higher, so I try to use my arm to kind of shield myself. And also by turning this way, you're removing yourself out from underneath his feet. So he puts his paws up on you, and you just tell him off. And by turning like that, you're removing yourself from underneath his feet. If you start backing up, he's just going to get excited, especially if you're doing it quickly. Backing up quickly like this, you can see he speeds up. He's a little nervous. He doesn't know what to do out here away from the other dogs. But if you back up like that, he can just keep coming at you, which you want to avoid. You don't want to turn it into a game or anything like that. A lot of times when dogs jump, they're doing it for attention, so the key is to ignore him when he does it. You don't want to, grab him, by the face and tell him off, no, anything like that, because he's just wanting a reaction from you. So it's most important to just ignore him. So in turning like this, you are 1, shielding your body, 2, removing yourself from underneath his feet, and just kind of brushing him off so he'll just kind of fall off as you turn. And 3, you're kind of giving him the cold shoulder. You're ignoring him. So he's learning that that's not a way to get attention from you, that you're not going to give him attention like that and the love that he wants. Now, if he is jumping up and coming straight to you, you can lift your knee straight up, and that will go right into his chest. Now, you don't need to put any force behind it. It's not like you're kicking him with your knee. You're just bringing your knee up, and he's the one that is jumping onto you and jumping into your knee. And this is a lot more uncomfortable for him, but a lot more comfortable for you because you don't have 2 big paws and a nose landing on you. So that will kind of help him see the consequence. If your knee just appears there and is waiting for him when he jumps up, he doesn't like getting hit in the chest, just like you don't like getting jumped on. And so he'll kind of start to see the cause and effect there, that when he jumps, he kind of, knocks himself in the chest because there's a knee there. And so that will encourage him not to do it. And of course, when you do that, also use the command off. And that's really important. So if he's really, really jumping, you can do that. So he starts to, so it's not so pleasant for him. He's not getting as much fun out of it because he's getting poked in the chest. Again, you're not kicking him, you're not putting any weight behind it. It's just as he comes up to you, you go like this and your knee stops him. Now, of course, only do this if you're stable enough, you don't want him to knock you over or anything like that. So do be careful with that. Another way that you can enforce the off is a squirt bottle. We use squirt bottles here for correction of barking and things like that. I bought a little squirt bottle at Long's Drugs. It's about this big and it was $1. It's really easy for me to carry around the house to correct my dog with things, or to carry in the car if she's barking at people or something like that. So a little thing like that would be easy to carry around with you, or have a couple around the house. And when he jumps like that, you spray him, you know, in the ear kind of face area. It's just water, so it won't hurt him. Just really gets his attention. You spray him and you say off. Now, this is really good if you do have company coming over and Kai jumps up. If Kai's over there jumping, you can be there with a squirt bottle to squirt him and tell him off. So you offer immediate correction right there, and it is at a distance. So you can kind of help get him off of other people in that way. Another thing you can do to physically correct him for off is doing that little Cesar Millan hand trick. So you have a flat palm and you use your fingertips and you just do a quick poke in his side, in his flank right here, or his neck right up here, kind of between his collar and his ear on the side there. Now these are sensitive areas on the dog. You do a quick poke like that, it doesn't hurt him, but it is sensitive, so he definitely feels it, and it's just, you know, it's unpleasant for him, and so he'll stop. And by correcting Kai like this, you will see like how much pressure you need. If just a little poke after a while is enough because he knows what you mean by it, it's you calling his bluff, then that's fine. Or if he's really not listening, if he's really excited, you might have to give him a good little jab, and it's just fingertips right into him like that. Another thing that is really important and will really help correct the jumping is teaching Kai how to properly meet people. That can be kind of difficult at first, and so maybe you could try it at the end of daycare. So after Kai has burned some energy off, if you know, one of you greets him at the door, keeps the leash on him, and then takes him up to see the other person. He's going to be super excited to see that person, but hopefully from being tired, he'll be a little bit easier to control. What you want to do is have Kai sit before he meets a person. That way, when he sees someone that he wants to meet, instead of immediately jumping, he knows that he doesn't get attention from them until he's sitting. So it looks like this. So, Kai, sit. Good boy. So he's sitting very quietly, like this. He doesn't know what to do with himself out here away from the other dogs. Kai, sit. And I know he's really good at his sits because he really waits in the morning and everything when we come to pick him up. But if he is whining, if he's shaking, if he's moving around or fidgeting too much, he doesn't get to say hello. He has to be sitting quietly. Maybe not this quietly, you know, because he's really calm here, but he doesn't get to see that person until he's being quiet. Now, a good thing about keeping him on the leash is when they do go up to say hello to him, you can't control him from jumping. And so, if he's super excited to see your husband and you have him on the leash, he finally says quietly, your husband comes up to pet him, he might try to jump right away, and so it's important you have him on the leash to control him, keep him back, and tell him off, and pull him back like that. Of course, controlling him on a leash is another really effective way to get him off. And it's just important that you never let him get away with it, you know, by any means necessary. All the different things I've gone over with you, including the leash. Now, part of meeting new people is the shake command. With enough practice, whenever you meet whenever Kai meets a new person, he sits quietly, and then you can tell them he knows how to shake. So they get to approach him on their own terms instead of him just jumping right at them and ask him to shake. That way, they get to interact with him, they can pet him and shake with him that way. And also, Kai is getting the attention that he wants, which is the cause for the jumping. So, I'm just going to show you really quick how to teach him shake and how to work on it with him. So what I'm going to do is say I want to shake with Kai's right foot. I'm going to have the treat in my left hand, and I'm going to crisscross like this. Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure I got my directions right. So I'm going to be using my right hand to get his right foot while I'm facing him. And I'm going to be using the treat to bait his head back and over to the left, to his left. So that way he will automatically be bringing the weight up off of that foot, and I'll just tap right behind his foot, right on what's called the pastern until he picks his foot up, and then I'll tell him good shake. So I'll show you briefly what that looks like, and we can work on this more. I sit. So I'm going for his right foot, treat in my right hand. Okay, I said that wrong. So I'm going for his left foot, and the treat is in my right hand. That's how it is. So I go like this, say Kai, shake, shake, shake. Good shake. Good boy, Kai. Good shake. Okay, I'm sorry. I always get it mixed up with the directions. Sit. Kai, sit. Good boy. Kai, shake. Good shake. Good boy. Good boy. Good shake. And now you can do it with both hands, but you crisscross, you tap with one hand, or you bait over with the other. So you're pushing him back and over, so the weight is coming off of the leg right like that. So that's something you can really do with him. Practice shake, and say every time he comes home from daycare, have him sit and shake, and then while he's shaking, you can pet him. And hopefully that will kind of take care of his need for attention right away, so he'll be a little less desperate for it and won't jump up. Now the shaking is really good for him because if he is sitting and has a foot off the ground, he's a lot less likely to jump. Now, I was down on my knees when I was teaching him how to shake there. You don't have to do that every time. It's easiest to start out with, but of course you want to get it to the point where you can just walk up and go like this and ask Kai to shake, where you don't have to get all the way down to where in case he did jump up it wouldn't be as big of a deal. So just be aware of that. You know Kai, read his body language to see if he's going to jump up, and do what you can to prevent it. So work on that shake so that can be an appropriate way that Kai gets attention when he meets people and when he gets super excited. And now when he does get super excited, it's going to be hard to work on with him at first, but make him sit before he gets that attention. Now I know that what a lot of dogs do is they sit, and then as soon as you pet them and tell them, good boy, they're up and jumping again. But just really be consistent that he does not get praise unless he is sitting quietly. So I really hope this helps. Let me know how it works out with him, and if I do pickups anytime in the next week or so, I'll try to show you a little bit more on site, you know, when Kai is super excited and energetic. All right, this is Rachel and Kai. We're working on jumping and meeting new people.